Hey everybody, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. My name's Tracy and I have one more client tonight. It's 11 p.m. so I don't think I'm going to come on after and do a workout. But what I do want to give you, if you work at a computer daily and your shoulders and your neck get super tight, I'm going to give you a little tip to release some of that tension out of your shoulders and your neck and your mid-back. All you need is a foam roller. Oh, there are different colors associated with the firmness, the hardness of a foam roll. There's different varieties. Pink is sometimes really squishy. White can be really squishy. And then blue could be like medium firmness. And then black is like extra tight. It's like solid. So you would think of it as a deep tissue massage. Getting on here is like someone really digging in deep, getting into your muscles. And if you don't like that, then you want to use a softer so it doesn't put so much pressure into your muscles. And then what you would do, you would sit on one end, so your tailbone is actually on the end. You don't want to be hanging off of it. And then you just slide down, and then you would just bend your elbows. I'm trying to make sure I'm right in the middle of it. You tighten your core, you just lower your body down. And then you want to make sure your neck and your head aren't hanging off the back of it. You always have to make sure you have neck support. So your head's on one end, your tailbone is on the other. And then I'm going to do something called protraction, retraction of your scapula. That's your shoulder blades. And they're the flat, wide bones across your upper mid-back. So I want you to float arms straight above shoulder joint and just keep your head on the foam roll. Lift your shoulder blades up and then release your shoulder blades down. So you just inhale to lift up, exhale down. So they move away from your spine. And this gives you a little release. And the thoracic spine, 7 more. They lift, they lower, 6. Spine is long. Start to draw abdominal wall tight to your back to help you balance. 4. And 3. So they just lift up, they come back down. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Now here's scissor arms. Inhale to the space in between the 2 shoulder blades. You're going to lift one arm overhead. Make sure the shoulder doesn't hike like that. If it goes up in the air, you've reached too far. This stays down. Each side, one arm goes up, one arm goes down. You do a deep inhale. You exhale, switch. Think of spinal elongation, axial elongation. Head lengthens away from your tailbone. Inhale to the space, mid-back between your 2 shoulder blades. And then exhale, switch. You inhale, and then you exhale, switch. You inhale, exhale, switch, and 4. Feel some space, and 3, and 2. Last one, awesome. So next, I'm going to give you something for scapular-humeral rhythm, and then that has to do with the humerus bone going deeper into the glenoid fossa, which is your shoulder socket, and there's a forced couple on the shoulder joint between the muscles on the front and the muscles on the back of the shoulder. So basically, we want to be able to stabilize the shoulder blade so it stays put and it doesn't like slip across. We don't want them to pinch together. You want them, they move up and about, but we want to keep space between them where they don't just jam all the way and compress together. So in Pilates, we have a machine called the Cadillac with a push-through bar. I love that bar because you align your shoulders directly under the bar and you do these little motions. We start to do that, and then we do the scapular glides where you'd wrap your hands around the bar. You don't have to do that now, but I'm going to mimic the same motion we would use on the Cadillac push-through bar. You would bend your elbows like 90-degree angles, And you would just open up the collarbones wide, get a nice stretch through the front of your pectoral muscles, and then you would just reach the arms right back up in line over the shoulders again. Maybe you'll feel the sides of your neck lengthen too. So you just open chest and shoulders, elbows wide, press back up. So if you had the bar in your hands, you'd be opening the collarbones nice and wide, stretching them out. Inhale, exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, and if you're on the foam roller, you're getting a little massage through the back of the scapula, the shoulder blades. 3, 2 more, core draws into spine so you stay balanced on your foam roll. And one more time, your elbows come sideways. Now from here, your palms and your forearms are going to reach to the sky. So externally rotating that humerus bone, that arm bone, deeper into the shoulder socket. And then we just start with that scarecrow arm. And then you just kind of rotate this way. Most people have more internal rotation that way than this way from sitting at a computer for too long. So you just rotate up like that. And then we're just going to stop at that point because I don't want to exacerbate the internal rotation because we get that plenty every single day. 4 more, your chest is open. 3 more, because then we need to go into the scapula humeral rhythm where you actually do anchor the shoulder blades, stabilize them into your back. On the last one, you end in that 90-degree angle at each side. And then as if we had the bar in our hands, the push-through bar in Pilates, we would see, can we reach the bar back behind our head without hiking the shoulders up? And you anchor the bottom edge of the shoulder blades deeper into your back muscles. You'd reach up, elbows wide, reach back behind you, and always stop before the shoulders hike up into your ears. We don't want to hike them up. Exhale, scoop the core tight. So we're getting the right rhythm between the arm bone and the shoulder socket and the shoulder girdle in your back. 4, so you just rotate. 3, just adding on. 2 more, feel spine long. And last one, breathe in, breathe out. Now from here, see if it's okay to do like 5, just reach back, come in. 4, really stretch shoulders, chest, and 3, and 2. Last one, you only reach as far as where you could keep shoulders away from ears, and then you would just bring the arms down by your sides. So, and if I was standing above someone with a bar, I'd take the bar from them and release it. So you should always have a hand on a bar anyway, because if you don't, and if someone just accidentally let go of the bar, it could go flying up at a high impact, high velocity, and you wouldn't want to do that. So now, I know we're on a foam roller, there's no bar involved right now, but I'm just explaining what could happen if you are on a Cadillac. What I want you to do, I want you to tilt. You're going to take the left arm, stretch long by the side of your body. Feel the collarbone open. Now, very gently, you would tilt the right ear to the right shoulder slightly as if you're listening to it. And just let the side here stretch a little bit in the side of your neck. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch these fingertips long away from you if you wanted to deepen the stretch. That's your anchor point. You're pulling down away from ear. One more deep inhale. Slowly return to the center. Okay, now take this other arm. This right arm stretches long by side of body. Now ever so gently, you allow the left ear to listen towards left shoulder until you feel right side and neck lengthen. And you're not going to force the neck or anything, nothing like that. You just stretch the right fingertips down away from you a little bit longer, and then you deepen the stretch that way by increasing the anchor point. You put a little bit of resistance by going from the anchor rather than pushing on your neck or head. It's safer. I mean, you can, and it's okay, but you're lying on your back. This is a little easier way to do it than sitting up. Inhale, exhale, let the side of the neck lengthen. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. You're breathing in, you're breathing out. You come back to the center. All right. So now I'm just going to have you do one more. So you're going to take your arms wherever they go without hiking the shoulders. Scoop the belly in tight. Core scoops in. Now do a circle. Maybe your circle's here. You're not going to force anything. Maybe you don't go higher than shoulder height. As long as shoulders stay away from ears, maybe you go a little higher. Just be careful, especially if you've had rotator cuff surgery. 4. So you're just giving your massage across the back of the shoulder blades. 3 and 2. Last one, we're reversing it now, which is going to go a little bit deeper. It's going to go wider across those, like right in this point here. You're going to feel it a little bit more along the side edges. Come back down, tighten the core. Inhale, exhale. Reach and stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. Core scoops into your spine. Remember, the tops of the shoulders are staying away from your ears. 5 and 4. You might feel little adjustments happening. Shouldn't be painful at all. Tightness should be decreasing, not increasing. So if you're doing something and the pain increases, there's something wrong. Stop. Should decrease. The discomfort should get better with each one, not worse. So that's your key to know if it's helping or making things worse. Now we're going to bring the arms down by your sides. Now pick a side. You're either going to go roll side. I'll show you. I'm going to roll towards you. You can roll either way if you have a preference. One side feels better on your low back or something. You pick the side that's more comfortable to you, and then you would go like this. You would just slowly find the ground so you don't feel like you're going to fall, and you just roll sideways like that. You're going to come onto your back, and then you're actually going to feel like the mat is cradling your back into it. So I could feel the bottom edges of each of my scapula. They're like sunk into the mat. They totally sank into the mat. And then I can feel my low back is really connected to the mat. Usually it has a little arch when I first start out. And I have to really like get into my core and elongate before it falls. And by scooping from the pubic bone to the navel, you create like a lifting upward sensation so that you feel the low back lengthening against the mat. We never force the spine against the mat. It's about recruiting the abdominal wall, drawing into the anterior of the spine, and it drops the back into the mat. Okay, now with all that being said, I want to give you a little bit of a neck release. If you had any hardware fusion in your neck, then please avoid this here, since I don't know what your particular thing is. I'm not going to ask you to do stuff rolling across your neck. So you could just relax and come into a Tadasana and just relax and rest so that you could just chill and just absorb what you just did. And just chill and breathe. So now, if you have the foam roll, we don't want all of our body weight going into the cervical spine. They're not designed to hold all your weight like the middle back can handle, putting a foam roll horizontally under mid-back. But we don't do it to the low back. People have disc herniations or bulging discs sometimes and don't even know it. You don't want to injure yourself. So we don't roll on the low back and we don't roll on the neck. So what you do, you make sure you can roll on the neck, but not with all your body weight. So you just make sure your back is on the mat. You take the foam roll horizontally under the head and the neck. And then what you would do, notice how all my weight is on my back and not on my neck. This is a pillow. My head's resting on the foam roll. It's like a pillow. And then I just want you to go real easy and slow, not if you've had spinal fusion surgery in your neck. But I'm going to have you just go side to side. Just want to keep you safe since I don't know your particular case and what you're told to do. But you always follow your doctor's advice. Side to side. And then I want you to feel how you're going across the muscles along the back of the neck, the base of the skull. And then we're just going to vary it a tiny bit. Sometimes it'll feel really sensitive, so just go easy and slow. Use small increments so you never overdo anything. And then you would just do this little chin nod down, lift, come across, little chin nod down. And then you can see how it's affecting you. And then you can adjust and go to where you're feeling the tension release. So we'll do a few, just going across, down, up, to the other side, down, up, maybe two more, down and up, other side, and down and up. Okay, now we're going to do a slight variation again. So now you go to the side, now do this little tilt up. It's going to go on the back of the skull more, and then you're going to go the other side. So you're just changing where the emphasis is, and to the rear side of the neck, back and forth. So we have different muscles attached back there. Just trying to hit some of those points. If anything hurts, stop, go back. So you never keep going. If something feels like it's painful, it shouldn't. You don't want to feel pain. It'll be mild discomfort, easing tension out. Couple more, like two more. And last one, excellent. All right, come back center. And they're just going to take that foam roll out and then lie your head down on the mat. And then it should feel a little bit more free and spacious, especially on the sides of your neck. It's going to feel good. And it's also at the base of the skull where the occiput is. It's going to feel a little bit more open. And then if you're not sure exactly where is that, just do this little chin nod a little bit up and down, real small amount. And then release. Okay, we're going to go into the second cervical vertebra. So the first is the atlas, the second is the axis. And so if you ever go to a chiropractor and they adjust your axis, that's that second vertebra. So if you do a tiny little nose circle, it's just getting to the first two. That second one is responsible to get your neck to rotate. So just do little baby ones. Relax the mouth, relax the jaw. And then you're going to go the other direction. Just relax the facial muscles, the mouth, the jaw. Even the eyebrows relax, the eyes relax. And then gently release, come back center. Excellent. So that's going to help you feel the sides of the neck lengthen. It's just releasing a little bit of tension there. And then I hope this helped so that you feel less tense. And then I'm going to have you do something to activate middle trapezius, lower trapezius, because a lot of times when we're sitting, we're just tense and our upper traps get overworked and we use our upper traps way too much. So rotate your palms, both palms rotate to the ceiling. And then I want you to take a deep inhale, like imagine breathing into the lower lobes of your lungs. You let the collarbones open wide. And after you inhale, then on your exhale, think of stretching the tips of your fingers down towards your heels. So see how my shoulders drop a little bit more. Feel something happen between the two shoulder blades. And then release. Inhale, open shoulders, chest. Exhale, stretch fingertips long. And then release. You'll notice how the shoulders drop a little bit more down away from your ears. Do 4 more. Exhale, stretch arms long. Release. Inhale. Exhale. You can even tighten your core. 2 more times. Stretch fingertips long. And one more time, stretch fingertips long, open shoulders, chest, shoulders drop away from ears. Wonderful. All right. And then if you are doing, you know what I just realized? I said mountain pose earlier. Tadasana is mountain pose. That's when you stand and like you're just standing with your arms by your sides, your feet are hip distance apart. I didn't mean to say Tadasana. In my head, I thought I said Shavasana, which is corpse pose. That's what I meant. This is corpse pose. You're just lying on your back. Shavasana, that's what I meant to say. So we're going to hug legs to chest and just let your low back sink in. If you have any knee issues, knee replacements, rather than put force there, just reach under the knees. Hug them in tight. And then just let that back sink into the mat for a sec. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time. And I feel like my spine released. My neck feels more free. My shoulders don't feel so tight or lifted. And now I want you to turn to your side. And just take a moment so you don't see stars. Your blood pressure can change pretty quickly if you just jump up. And then just kind of staying for a second avoids that. So slowly just press to a seated position. And then I just want you to stay here for a second. See if you do a couple little shoulder rolls up and back a couple times. Up and back, up and back. It should feel pretty good. Opposite direction, up and forward. Inhale, exhale. Just ease the tension out through your fingertips. 2 and 1. Awesome. So hopefully you feel a little bit more released. I hope so. Take a deep inhalation. Feel the width across your collarbones. Bring hands together to your heart. One more time. Take a deep inhale. Reaching arms to sky. Exhale. And thank you. I hope your neck, your shoulders, hopefully your posture feels like it was addressed. So I want you to save this video to your playlist. And when you get home from work at the end of the day, if you feel especially tight, constricted, stressed or anything, it's a nice thing to do to unwind from your day, just because sitting at a desk will pull you forward if you're there for hours. And that was just a nice little release to open you back up and release some of those tight muscles. All right, I hope this helped. Please hit share, like, or subscribe if you do enjoy my content. Please help me grow. Thank you. See you again soon, everyone. Bye. When I have more time, I will come back on and do a longer video. I just drive tomorrow 94 miles to work, 94 miles home, so I can't be up too late tonight. All right, take care, everyone. Peace. See you. Bye.